company. Today I'm going to be showing you a little quick tutorial on makeup. Something that you can use every day, something that's going to be easy, so if you're running out to the shop, going to go do something really fast, something you don't have to spend a lot of time doing, just really nice and easy for you. So today I'm going to first start by taking my hair away from my face. If you already spent a lot of time doing your hair, sometimes you don't want to get a crease in it. So I'm going to take two tissues, napkins, whatever, with a duckbill clip. And I'm going to pin my hair away. Yes, you're going to feel really dorky for a little bit, but it's okay. You are not going to ruin your hair or get makeup in your hair.
I could try and get you with another stylist if you wanted to try that.
Okay, so I already tested everything out on my face already. So first, I like to have a lot more coverage, a lot of freckles, just want to always make sure I'm covering everything. So today I am actually going to be using our skin tint cream. So first I'm going to be using that with the foundation brush. This is actually going to give you a lot of coverage without making you feel really cakey or have a lot on you. So, and this is going to make it really smooth. So first I'm going to dab it on top of my hand, like so. Kind of brush it into. Yeah, it's going to make a little bit of a mess on your hand, but your face will look flawless. So first I'm going to work kind of in my T-zone first, then I work out, because those are the main things that people are going to notice, and those are your main attraction points. So.
No problem.
And these are synthetic brushes, so they're going to not leave any residue, or they're going to be really easy to clean and not keep bacteria in them. You do want to make sure you're cleaning your brushes, but they're really nice for that. And make sure when you're doing your foundation, you're really getting into your hairline. You don't want to look like you're having a circle around your face. And like I said, this foundation goes a long way, especially with using this brush. So you don't really need to use a whole bunch, just making sure you're getting every little crease. I'm just going to use a little bit more. And I will stress one more thing, it's really important, make sure you are getting down on your neck. When you just do your face and you don't do your neck, you're never getting your neck as tan as you're going to get your face or your chest or your arms. So if you're not blending those on down, you're going to have a really bad line and people are going to notice it. So that's a big thing, making sure you're blending it all the way down to your neck, okay?
And I don't like it. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? And every time I throw stuff away. I know that I've had friends that have not thrown stuff in there. That's why I edit those.
Okay, so right now I have all my foundation on. I'm going to go back in with concealer. I'm going to highlight just a few little areas. I'm going to do a better video on that about contouring and highlighting, but today I'm just going to do a little bit of it just because this is a fast and easy video, so I want something that's going to be easy for you guys to go and do. So contouring right underneath the eye, highlighting right underneath the eye. Hi. That's going to make your makeup really pop, make your eyes really pop. And yeah, I am also using the foundation brush still, so it's kind of an easy one just to keep going with. And like I said, do it in your T-zone. So just a really fast highlighting technique. It's gonna make yours really pop out, okay? And that one I did use this was the number 3. I'm using number 3 on pretty much everything just because that's the skin tone. When you are matching your colors, you want to make sure you're matching it to your arm or to your chest. Do not match it to your chin or to your neck or the inside of your wrist, because those are always going to be the lightest parts of your body. So if you're wearing a lot of makeup, when you're going out in the sun, majority of the time you're going to be wearing a foundation which normally already has the SPF in it. So if you're doing that, you're not getting the color that you're getting. You want to make sure you're testing to your arm, your neck, or somewhere like that. It's already darker because you don't want to have a lighter face than your chest or your arms. Okay? So now I like to have a little bit more full coverage, so I'm going to do our Pure Press, and I'm going to use a kabuki brush because I love it. It's so soft and it looks really good.
Let me see, she's in the office. I'm not entirely sure if she's doing that because
Like I said, still make sure you get down on your neck. You don't want to feel like you're bare or you're lining. You don't want to line. Because I know all you ladies have walked through and seen someone with a line and you're wanting to buff it out for. I'm sorry, I make a lot of faces when I'm doing my makeup. It lets me get all my little creepy.
Come on, Pat.
And with this makeup, because it's a mineral makeup, it's not going to be coated or make you feel like you were wearing a ton. Like right now, I honestly feel really light. So just keep that in mind. You don't need a ton to get the coverage you need. And the kabuki brush, it's because of the tight bristles, it's going to give you the best coverage and the fullest coverage. So always remember that when you're picking out your brushes. This powder brush is awesome, but it's going to give you a lighter look. So make sure you're knowing which look you're wanting. Because I am used to having a fuller coverage, I like the kabuki brushes. So I wouldn't use this, but I will use this to highlight or to brush off makeup when I'm doing my eyes and stuff like that. So just make sure you know which one you're wanting to use and why you want to use them, okay? So my makeup is all done for my foundation. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of blush, and blush is kind of a different thing. It depends on your age and kind of where you want to place it, and I'm going to do a tutorial later about that. It's kind of different ways to wear blush. I'm going to just do a simple way that I like to use a little contouring on my cheekbones, not too much on my apples, but not too much on the back side. So I'm actually going to be using Mary, and it is from our Blush Duels, and it's a beautiful color. I'm actually going to be using the hot pink. So I'm going to brush on both sides. It's going to seem like a lot at first. Don't be afraid because you're going to buff it out anyways.
I'll show you that right now.
So then I'm going to take my kabuki brush again and run right over it. And sometimes if you feel like you need more foundation, just go and pat it just a little bit.
How are you? How are you?
And go back over. I always like to make sure it's on the apples of my cheeks because I do have a little bit fuller cheeks, so I like to accent them a lot without making them look too big. So now I am also going to go with just our glow line, and I'm going to actually be using, I'm going to use the lightest one, and we're just going to go right over it on top of my cheekbone. Okay, so that's just going to give it a really soft glitter, or sorry, probably not use glitter, just a little glossing over it, because if you say glitter, people kind of get a little scared. So, next I'm going to work on my eyes. I always put my liner on first. Some people put it on last. I just prefer it. It's just a little bit easier for me. So, I do mine in the waterline. It's up to you if you want to, but not a lot of people do. It just gives me a little bit bolder of a look because I am used to wearing a little bit more. So, I'm just going to look at my eyes. Okay, like so. Then I'm actually going to use my concealer again. I just use it, you can use your prime, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to use my concealer, it just gives me a little more of a matte finish. So when I'm putting the colors I'm going to be using today, they're not going to feel too glossy, or I just want them to really stay on. So I'm just going to use my concealer again with my foundation brush. Just gently go across my eye.
Thank you very much.
Your prime is great. I use it more for my face, which I meant to tell you earlier. That's what I prime my face with. A little goes a long way. It's awesome. It helps keep your face really flawless and makes your makeup really hold on and not feel too oily. It kind of helps with all skin tones. It's not going to let you get dry. It's not going to let you get oily. It's going to kind of work for both. So I put that on my whole eyelid. Now I'm going to be going through.
See you later, Scott.
And like I said, this is a really soft day look. I'm going to show you in other tutorials how to do a bolder eye, but I'm just going to use a really soft, on our chart it's number 9. And I'm going to go right in my crease. Okay. I haven't done my eyebrows yet. I'm going to do them. I just like to wait till last to do this, just so I can get the full contrast with them. And I am going down into just a little bit lower. This will open up your eyes, and you might not notice it just everyday look, but if you take pictures or you're doing stuff like that, it's going to really open up your eyes. So right up below my lid, my eyebrow, on my lid, I am using a little bit of a shimmer. I don't recommend it for everyone. Certain times that's not what I'll go for, but since this is a really soft, easy look, that's what I'm going to use. And I'm actually going to use 34, which is soft pale pink, just right on the lid, right there. Really soft. Okay, so my next one is, I'm just going to be using a brown. You can use your bronzers. So I always think that you can't use more than just your eyeshadows. You have like a deep bronzer you really like has a little shimmer in it, or any of these glows would look beautiful. Oops, sorry, would look beautifully. I am going to be just using a really soft brown in ours, and I'm also going to be using my blending brush. So I'm just going to swirl it in. Using a blending brush is going to keep it very light and not really heavy. So you want to make sure you're not going to be getting a lot of the pigment that, if you're wanting something like a smoky eye, you don't want to use just a blending brush. This isn't going to push a lot of pigment into your eyelid. So I'm just going to go right around my crease. See what I'm saying? It doesn't really push a lot of pigment in. It's just very, very soft. So swirling again. Keeping it soft, and make sure you do have to look at your eyes. So if you're going to be doing your eyeshadow, just when you're doing it, make sure you are going in your in the crease of your eyes. But also look, and when you're opening your eyes, if you can't see that, you need to go higher, because if your crease sits too low and you have a bunch of your eyelids still exposed on top, you're going to make your eye look smaller, or your eyelids look droopier. So making sure that you are going high enough. I am fortunate, I have smaller eyelids, so I don't have to go super high, but also I don't want to make my eyes look closed. So I have to be aware that I'm leaving enough of a lighter color on my bottom lid to make sure it looks like my eyes open, not closed down too. So you always gotta remember, everyone's always gonna have problems with theirs. No one has a perfect eye, don't worry. So, I'm almost done with this eye. And like I said, it's really, really soft, just everyday go. Okay, that's fine. I can do this. I don't really know. Okay, that's fine. brush, it comes to a point at the end. So if you feel like it kind of comes to a little bit of a stronger point, so this is going to be a little bit harder through the middle. When you're doing that, just making sure you're really not pushing straight hard. Like if you're pushing like this, you're going to get a fuller look. You don't want that. You want to keep it really soft and light in your hand. So yeah, you're going to bend the brush a little bit, but you're not going to be flattening it on your face.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to go through just a little bit.
Check that other person and see if it's
It's just right above. Okay,
a good one.
so this is a good example right now. So I'm showing you how, if you don't fill your eyebrows, how different I would look if I didn't. I used to not fill my eyebrows, and looking back at pictures, I never noticed that I didn't have eyebrows really. It looked like they just disappeared. So I'm going to show you now kind of how to fill your eyebrows. I'm going to take an angle brush, something really soft and easy. We can go a little bit more in depth in this later. I'm actually going to show you a tutorial about some different eyebrows. So no one has exact eyebrows. So making sure you're evening yours out and making sure everyone knows the difference between them. So I'm going to go first. And like I said, I do wear a lot more makeup than some people, so if this is too much, just take it a lighter version.
You doing okay? He loves his mom, so I worry about him. Yes.
Eyebrow color, you make sure you don't want to match your hair, but you always want to make sure you're using a color that's going to accent it. So I'm using a little bit one with kind of has a little red base to it because my hair is all sorts of different warm colors. So I'm wanting to make sure that I'm accenting those colors. If I did a cool, it would just make my face look softer. It wouldn't actually bring out my eyes. It would kind of just dull me. So that's another thing, you want to make sure you're picking the right one. And if you're like me and you change your hair a lot, sad to say, but you're probably going to have multiple colors for your eyebrows. So just always keep that in mind. So I'm going to do my other eye. Yep. Another girl.
Oh my gosh.
And yes, getting your eyebrows shaped good is going to help a ton. So make sure if you look at your eyebrows and they're not what you like, make sure you try to grow them out and come in and see someone, or making sure you are aware of what eyebrows are actually supposed to look like. So I'm just going to keep filling. And if you don't know what eyebrows are, what you kind of think your eyebrows should look like, don't be afraid to ask. Because like I said, I didn't know what to do with mine when I was younger. And it took me all the way till hair school to figure it out. So don't worry, not everyone knows what they're doing. I used to think I was really good at makeup before hair school, and then looking back, I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't so cute. So. Okay, so that just shows you how much different I look with eyebrows. So this is just a really fast little tutorial about that. Now I'm just going to put my mascara on. So. No problem. Okay. And I am using Mirabella makeup, so if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to write us on our website and ask us about stuff. Or come into the store, it's up to you. And yeah, I do know it's taking me a little bit longer on this tutorial just because I'm going through every little step, but this makeup really should take you maybe at tops 7-10 minutes, if that. So just making sure you're aware of where you're placing it is going to give you the best coverage, best look. And like sometimes a little bit I get my mascara on top of my lid, so like that, really great. You want to make sure you have some Q-tips next to you. It makes it a lot easier to kind of clean up your eyes. Layer on mascara, just making sure that you're not making it clumpy. So if that means you buying some disposable wands, it's going to make it easier for you, or just making sure you have something to kind of break it through. My best tricks to you when you're using a Q-tip, make sure you're turning it when you're going, because if you just work it back and forth, you're actually going to smudge it. So if you turn it, it's going to kind of lift the makeup off your face. So this is just my soft and easy look. I am actually going to show you I'm going to add a really bold lip just to show you if you wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic in a fast, easier way, you can go with it. So I am actually going to be using one of our new lipsticks, and it's Fever, and it's beautifully red. It is really glossy and shiny, so I'm not going to probably have to use a gloss over it, but I am going to use a liner, and I'm going to go a little bit darker than the color just to make my lips pop a little bit, because I do have smaller lips. So okay, and I did go a little bit fuller in my crease, or down through my crease, because when I do that, it's going to make me have a little plumper of a lip. So this is still really new to us, so it feels amazing going on. It's really nice and creamy. Okay. Alright, this is the end of my tutorial. My name is Amy Doyle again, and I'm with Mary Kate & Company. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to stop in and see us. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. And Tuesday through Friday, we're open from 9 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And Saturday, we're open from 9 till 5. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to call us. Have a great day.